All right, so quotient. We know quotient means division. So there's multiple ways you could answer this question. What you could have done was just do d plus 1 and do FOIL and multiply that by each one of your answer choices to get the answer. Well, this one was kind of common sense because we've never seen an answer choice like A, C, or D. So you had a good feeling it was going to be B, and once I did FOIL here, it did turn out to be B because that gave me D squared plus 4D plus 3. But let me show you all a method that I think you'll find a lot easier. What you can technically do with Desmos is just anytime you have problems like this, you could change your variables to a variable that would show up on the graph. Well, we know D is not a variable for the graph, right?
Yeah.
There's two variables that work on the graph. What variables are they? X and Y. So what I did was I changed all my D's to X's and wrote it like this. So x squared plus 4x plus 3 over x plus 1. And what you could do is you can just type that into Desmos. And once again, guys, this is like for if you get to the point and you don't remember how to do it, you can use Desmos to check yourself. So I'm going to type this in exactly the way I see it into Desmos. X squared plus 4x plus 3. All being divided by x plus 1. So once you do that, you get a straight line, and that's what this divided by x plus 1 is. So then what you could do is you could try each one of your answer choices, and they should make the same exact line. But once again, we cannot put D in the graph, so what are we going to put instead of D? You guys talk to me. What are we putting instead of, huh? Instead of D, what variable are we using? X. So instead of D, I'm going to say X plus 5 plus 8 divided by X plus 1. Okay, does that give us the same exact line? No. So you know it's not A. So now we go back and try B. So I'll delete all this. And B is just D plus 3. So instead of D, I'm going to say X plus 3. And looky there. It makes the same line. So you can turn off the color to see that it makes the same line. But if y'all get on the SOL and you do not remember how to do this, you can just plug in Desmos and plug each one of your answer choices to see which one makes the same line. Does that make sense? That's going to be a very, very helpful tool for you. You could do the same thing on number 6. You could type that exactly the way you see it into Desmos and see which one of these makes the same line. Or this one wasn't very hard if you just want to do this by hand. What is 15 divided by 3? 5. And then with our variables in division, what do we do to our exponents? With division, we add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Guys, what happens to our exponents whenever we divide? Remember, there's an understood 1 here. So what is 3 minus 1? 2. Plus, what is 6 divided by 3? 2. What would our y change to? 1, because 2 minus 1 is 1. Plus, what's 3y divided by 3y?
7.
Well, we know anything divided by itself is 1. So you should have gotten A.
Wait, I thought that's the one you started though.
All right, number 7. What is a difference? What operation is difference? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Guys, difference. Okay, we know sum is addition. Product is multiplication. Quotient is division. So what is difference?
Multiplication.
Subtraction, yeah, subtraction. So we're doing k to the third minus 2k squared plus 4k plus 6. So we are subtracting. Whenever we subtract, first you're going to need to combine your like terms. So this minus 4K, we're going to put it here. Whenever you subtract a negative, what's that the same thing as? A positive. So we're going to put plus 4K. Then the K squared, since we're subtracting, we're going to put minus K squared. And then since we're subtracting, what's minus a negative? A positive, so plus 3. So I like to line it up like that. That way everything's together. We just bring down the K to a third. Negative 2K squared minus 1K squared. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3K squared. 4K plus 4K. 4 plus 4 is a 8K. And 6 plus 3 is 9. So the correct answer you should have gotten was D. You might have questions about that one. All right. Page 6. This first one you're supposed to mark out. So let's go to this one. Click and drag two of the trinomials whose sum is 2x minus 5. What does sum mean? Add. So since we're adding, we know we're going to have to combine. We got to do the ones with like terms, and we know as our squares cancel out, the x squared. So we know it's got to be either these two or it's got to be these two, because our x squares would cancel out. So let's go ahead and combine these two. We'll do negative 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. And it says addition because it's sum, 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. So if we combine those, what's negative 2x squared plus 2x squared? They cancel out. That would just be nothing. What's 3x plus 3x? 6x. And what is 5 minus 5? Nothing. So you get 6x. Well, is 6x the same thing as 2x minus 1? No. So you know it's not going to be this one. It's not going to be this one. So we have a good feeling it's going to be these two, but it's still smart to go ahead and check them just in case. So x squared plus 5x minus 8 minus x squared minus 3x plus 3. Once again, those x squares will cancel out. What is 5x minus 3x? 2x. And what is negative 8 plus 3?
4. 5.
Negative 5.
Negative or positive 5?
Negative.
So does that give us the same thing as what we're asking?
Yes.
Yeah. So we know it's those two. So all you would do is just write in. You would actually end up dragging this because this would be a TEI question. Obviously, you can't drag something on your paper.
Unless you code it.
Yeah.
So not dragging.
So those should be your two answers. Guys, make sure you are showing all of your work for this, because whenever I grade for accuracy, I am going to check your work.
If not, we're going to give you
All right.